Well, it's Friday afternoon. Today's the first day off from the trip and also the last day that we'll be in Brazil. Brittany and I are going to get up about 3 o'clock in the morning. We head to the airport to head back to the U.S. Last night we had our final meeting. It was at Hamilton and Vanessa's house, the house we've been staying at the last week. And they had probably about 30 or 40 people come over from their church, a lot of couples and families, but also some that were single. And we had our final meeting there, right there in their house. I was praying beforehand, Lord, even though I'm tired, exhausted, it's the end of the trip, I want to go out with a bang. I want to have a great experience and that you'll move powerfully even in the last meeting. And we had such a sweet, intimate night. The worship was really beautiful. Brittany and I shared a lot of our story, also shared some principles just about protecting your heart and how God can restore broken things. And the people were very responsive. We just asked if people would raise their hand if they're going through some experience that they need God to fix some brokenness in their life, and many people raised their hands. And so we had a great time of prayer, but Brittany felt on her heart that we should do a foot washing service. And so afterwards, we got everyone together outside in the patio. There's a pool there with a shallow end. And so we said, if you're a couple, we want you to wash your spouse's feet and pray for each other. And if you're single, Brittany and I are going to wash your feet and we'll pray for you. And it went on for quite a while. It was really a beautiful experience. Many people were weeping, couples were crying, holding one another and praying for each other. We prayed a lot of prophetic prayers over people's lives. There's a lot of people just broken and weeping as we prayed. And so it was a really, really beautiful experience the Lord gave us. And Paulo was saying today in the group text with that group, many people were just sharing testimonies of what God had done. And so afterwards, we had a line of several couples and families that wanted prayer, and so we had an opportunity to minister one-on-one till pretty late into the night. And so it was just, I know it's a significant night for many people, and it was a really beautiful experience for us. And so as we get ready to head back, we're full of the Holy Spirit and full of gratitude for what the Lord did with all that happened. It's hard to even encapsulate in my mind all that the Lord accomplished in just 2 weeks here. And then when I get back, I'll shoot my final recap video, just kind of giving some oversight of the trip. But again, thank you so much for praying for us and supporting us. You are a part of this team, and we couldn't do it without you. And we're so full of gratitude for you and for the Lord and what He's done. It's Monday morning, and Brittany and I arrived back in the U.S. safely really early in the morning yesterday. We look back over this trip at all that the Lord did, and it's overwhelming all the time when I'm preparing for this trip, for these trips to go overseas. You know, you have no idea what God's going to do and in advance. And of course, the devil's always there trying to convince you, you know, you're nothing's going to happen. You're not, this is a wasted trip. And then, you know, a few days before the trip, they asked me for the list of messages for the translators, and I'm just looking at this list of church names. A couple of them I know from the past, but most of them I've never been there. I was in about 6 different denominations, and you're looking at this list and you're trying to come up with what God's heart is for each of these services without even being there. And so you just feel like I go into it just like, I don't know what is going to happen or how this is all going to work out. And then you come back on the other side and you see so many lives touched and souls saved and people who've had significant breakthroughs in their lives. And it's like, Lord, I can't believe you did it again. Somehow you made it all work together. And so I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude for the Lord. There's multiple moments on this trip where I saw God do something so significant in someone's life that I told a couple people, if it was just for you, all of the stress and the preparation and the traveling, everything that you go through for these trips, if it was just for your breakthrough with the Lord, it was totally worth it. And so we had those moments, not just in the church, but also outside of the church. One of the things we did the whole trip is find people to pray for out in public. We had a hotel manager bring me into a staff room with one of his staff to pray for them. We had a gas station where the entire crew there wanted us to pray and bless them, all the people who worked there. The last day, Paulo and I were sitting at a place. We stopped to have a snack, and we just felt like we should take a break. And this young man came up to us trying to sell us some chocolates, and we had a discussion with him. And after the discussion, he opened up about pornography in his life. And Paulo was like, well, I'm leading Pure Life Brazil, and let me tell you about our program. And the young man was going to go tour the program on Monday. And moments like that, you know, we told the young guy, this is not a this is not a coincidence that you just walked up to our table and talked to us. You know, God is trying to get a hold of you. And so we saw God moving in and out of the church, all different things happening, and just another amazing opportunity to see God move and to see lives change. And so I'm so incredibly grateful to the Lord for the working of His Holy Spirit. I'm incredibly grateful to each one of you who's been tracking with us, praying for us along the way, and supporting us. This is a team effort for sure. And these trips cannot happen without people back interceding. It's so needed and it's so necessary, and so you play an integral part with it. So thank you for being a part of this journey, and looking forward to the next one, and to see what God's going to do here in the U.S. as well over the next couple of months. And so just wanted to say thank you again. And just to let you know, God has been so faithful and He's so good, and God made a significant impact by His Holy Spirit and His Word in the country of Brazil these last couple of weeks. God bless you.